Wow, guys, sorry about all that. I'm going to criticize Apple because they got a flaw. And this happens every time. Apple's supposed to be highly advanced. And if the phone rings, it not only interrupts the stream, it seizes and freezes the video, then goes into voicemail, and it locks up. I couldn't delete it. I couldn't end it. I had to shut the whole phone off. So crazy. Crazy. Apple's not as advanced as I thought it was. It's still stuck. Absolute stuck. Hi, Lynn. Had to end another stream. The phone rang and it juiced it up. What am I doing? I do not know. I do not know. No, we don't want that. Green beans. Let's do green beans. 430. Boom. All right, what else do I need? 1 can of tuna fish. All right, did everybody come back? Yeah, Dave, stupid phone. I was doing a video. Hey, Ethan, the phone rings and it comes down over the top and I hit. And when it goes into voicemail, the screen goes, and you can't get it back. I see the chat rolling, but nobody can hear me. I wait a minute, go to end the stream, it spins, cancel, it spins. I'm like, I had to shut the phone down. It's retarded. I mean, is that too high tech for Apple? They're supposed to be the best. About convinced. Apple cannot multitask, I see. It's a one-track phone. Ha! Track phone, wee! I made it funny, I didn't even realize it. Technology. Yeah. No, the phone rang and I went to flip it up and it went to voicemail and it froze up everything. I was telling these guys that Apple's not a state-of-the-art. It cannot do two things at once. I've noticed that. It's done that many times. And it's not one of those calls for me to donate blood. I have not donated in some time. And they're working me hard. I just don't understand. They give you money for plasma, but they won't give you anything for donating blood. And I think it should, you know, people donate for free. They give you a cookie and a juice, okay? Juice box or, you know, a drink. But I did it because they said it was a free COVID test. Because if you have COVID, they're not going to use your blood. Booed, what is that? Bottom-tiss? What is bottom-tiss? Hi, Fred Hinkle. Why do you want me to say the F word? Damn huskies barking at the cats. Who let the cats out? Wow. Oh, it's a noise drums make. It's a rim shot. What's my 5-year plan? I don't make 5-year plans. I'm trying to get back to making a one-day plan. Sometimes I wish life had a little button that said escape hatch. Push. and you're propelled right into the hands of God. And he says, I got you, Michael. We're good. Cool. Thank you. So let's unpack the psychologicalness of this. These people were whining that they got fired for laughing, making fun of somebody getting assassinated. How does it not dawn on them that that is not okay? Sarah's a rambling idiot? Or are you saying that to me? What you saying, Sarah? Oh, I'm making dinner, Lynn, the usual. Mac and cheese, steamed green beans, can of tuna. I love it when these people come in the room and leave a dumb comment like that for no reason. Come on, Sarah, say something, big girl. Pull up your big girl panties and show me what you got. And no, I don't want to see what's under your panties. It's an expression. Talk to me. You want attention, I'll give it to you. Maybe she just left her little... See, you get those what you call drive-bys. They just come in here, leave a dumb comment, and run out. Don't want to face the music. Harry Rogers. I spilled the tea, literally. Oh, Lynn, you're not supposed to do that. That's right, Ethan. No, I'm going to tell her to pull her panties down. It's an expression. Pull your big boy pants up. Pull your big girl panties up. You're going to come in here and say a rambling idiot. She's an idiot. Just put her on hide. She can't leave no more comments. Send in the clowns. Sarah, probably somebody who celebrated Kurt's death. That figures. Exactly what we're talking about. Green beans. Bird's Eye makes, well, I shouldn't say makes. Bird's Eye has some decent vegetables in the frozen. Man, you get the other ones? Never buy Great Value frozen. They got so many stalks and stems and crunchy crap in there. It's awful. Gross vegetables. I stopped buying Great Value long time ago. Me no love you long time. No. And the doctor I saw today was a very awesome Chinese woman. She said, wow, you're 59, you look good and healthy. You're right, Fox. No, $5. You want $5? I give you $5. You want $5 love? I give you $5 love. You give me $100 love? I give you $100 love. What if I open the door and tell you to get out? Oh, why you do that? Why you do like that to me? Because I don't want to pay. Either you love me or you don't. Love is not for sale. If it's for sale, then you're nothing but a prostitute. That's it. Then I ain't paying no prosty. Sorry. Not interested. You have to go do your business elsewhere. Man, why is it the minute I need to make my dinner, my butt starts barking at me? Now that's just stupid. Never fails. Everybody wants to be somebody. Oh yeah, so why do these people, you know, I'm starting to wonder if we're seeing demon possession. Some of these TikTok queens and these Facebook reels and these girls and boys got an awful lot of confidence to be so shameful, so nasty. I'm going to talk about something. Give me 1 minute because my butt is not going to let me finish making this. I'm going to talk about something that we need to realize that's really sobering about our country. So we talk about violent crime. I talk about violent crime a lot. What about these young Caucasian kids? Young ones. Let's talk about them. You know, Portland, when, that's an absolute effing knot. Why would you say Satan is a chill dude? That's, wow. That's not just fake news. That is beyond ridiculous. You're going to find out when you go to hell, dude, and I know you've been blocked, but you can hear me. Satan is not going to chum up with you and say, hey, bro, we're going to chill together. It's going to be really hot down there, dude. You're going to be in eternal torment. weeping and gnashing of teeth, where the worm dieth not. You will not have any friends. You will not have a phone. Shoot, for these young people, just taking away the phone is hell. But imagine suffering for all eternity, being in torment and anguish. And people hate it when they say that, but that's the truth. That's what the Bible says. So when you think it's funny to mock God and stuff, no matter how bad your life gets on earth, one day of the worst day on earth is going to feel like heaven compared to 1 second in hell. That's what people don't realize. They think all this is a big joke. Charlie is in the presence of God. And these people that are laughing and mocking him, I can pretty much guarantee you that they do not have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. I'd be willing to bet money on the table. Absolutely. And judging by what comes out of their mouth, they clearly don't know God, because if they did, you don't say those kinds of things. I don't care for the Democrats and what they're doing, but I'm not going to endorse somebody shooting and taking out Pelosi, Ilhan Omar, or any of those people. But the sad thing is those people fail to realize that their rhetoric is what caused this to happen. They don't want to admit it. The Democrats have been very, very, very nasty to anybody who voted for Trump. They've been on a witch hunt for Trump. They hate Trump. They fixate on him. These are good green beans. And when you have an enemy, when you got people that hate somebody so bad that they just won't stop. Trump is not Adolf Hitler. None of these clowns living today have any clue about what Hitler was like. I can assure you this much. If you think Hitler would be your friend, you lefties, you're wrong. Hitler was truly an evil, satanically infested dude. There's nothing good that could be said about him. Yeah, these people. But I remember during the riots, so back to white folks, these white liberals are scary. You know how many days? It was like 250 days of endless rioting in Portland. Portland is supposed to be a beautiful city, part of the Pacific Northwest. Oregon's beautiful. And when you see that, it makes you realize, oh no, I wouldn't want to live there. I mean, this crap went on and on and on. And it was white kids, lots of white kids, young, what I call the malcontents, the ones that hang out at the bus stops downtown and make stupid comments to people. You know, I never saw that bridge. I heard about it. I never saw that. Can you tell me, in short, what it was about? Yeah, Eastern Oregon. Same with Eastern Washington. I think Seattle's a beautiful city. I walked through the grounds of the university in Seattle. It was beautiful. But exceedingly liberal. Do you know that Seattle is the highest unchurched city in America? That has to tell you everything. I learned that from the pastor at Riverside Baptist Church. That's what I thought, that it had something to do with, rescuing Jews. Yeah, Dave, and that's too bad. I would go with your friends, if you got any male friends, or at least a group of you ladies. I think you'd be fine. What city are you in, can I ask? Wow, Colorado's pretty liberal. You should be safe in Fort Collins. I'm trying to think. Is it UNC that's in Greeley? What's in Fort Collins? There's no university in Fort Collins, is there? I cannot remember, and I don't know why I can't remember that. Wait a minute, I thought CSU was in Boulder. I know there's Denver University. I used to drive my bus right through it on my route years ago. They have Denver University, and then they have the Auraria campus, which is off downtown. I used to have to go pick up high schoolers there that would have some sort of educational classes down there. UNC, that's right. The fact they're having a vigil, you should be fine. If any of these little punks are watching and paying attention to social media, it should dawn on them that people are getting mad at what they're doing. You get some Colorado conservative men down there and they see somebody acting up, they're going to sack somebody. People are getting tired of it. People are starting to say, okay, you're going to come over here and trash a memorial and start acting up? Well, then we're going to have to get involved. Did you see that punk? This one. Wow, Franny. And I wonder if that's why they made the bomb threat. It's okay to be an introvert. Do not let somebody steal your freedom. This punk. You see this punk? He went running, kicking, and stomping all over the memorial stuff. I mean, that made me mad. I'm like, really? And somebody grabbed him and sacked his butt. You know, people have had enough. Najee, thanks for your honesty. We pray, Lord, that you keep Najee safe. Put your hand of protection over her as she goes to a vigil tonight. We pray that you keep the troublemakers away. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I mean, I just look at that face. Look, I'm not trying to be rude. I drove a school bus. If a kid that looked like that climbed up my stairs, the first thing I'm going to go is, yep, keep an eye on that one. He's got that face. And people say, wow, Mike, you're really making a judgment. I drove buses for years. I can tell. I can tell. I've worked with enough students and pupils. I see that face. The minute I see that face come up the steps, my first thought is, this is going to be a smart ass. This is going to be a troublemaker. Keep an eye on him. Yeah, it's the eyes. It's the whole thing. And am I generalizing? Yeah, based on lots of bus routes, you better believe it. How about this one? This girl, boy, she's singing, I come in like a rainbow. Look at that. She's tearing up a memorial there. I mean, you just can kind of tell. Now this one, let's analyze this one. That's a professor. Come on, Bridge. Let's have your honest assessment of that face. And be honest, would you see that as somebody who'd be making rude comments? My first thought is, her? Oh, he got attention. He got sacked. A grown adult went over there and knocked him down right now. You think she's got that little stupid smirk? Now, I see that, friend. Me, I wouldn't even try to flirt with her in real life. I mean, if I saw her, even now today, where was I today? I just went to a doctor's office. And no, she did not examine my head. I can always count on Bridge to give you. Bridge, I'm going to show you. Hold on. Let me see if we can do this. I want your honest assessment of this before I say a word. What do you think about this fine specimen? Yes. That woman started running her mouth about she needs to be out. She said those of us, was it her that said his wife is using this as a platform? So let me tell you something, honey. If your husband or brother or whoever you're married to was killed, would you shed any tears? The comments that are being made by these POSs is not okay. Not okay. I can't stand Ilhan Omar. She has no business in the United States, let alone in the House of Representatives. And people can call me racist. Go ahead, bring it on. That woman does not reflect American values. She never did. She got her sorry ASS rescued out of what? Somalia? Why is she here and how did she get elected? Dumb Minnesota. I will go on the record to say Minnesota's dumb. I lived up there. They're dumb. I told you the story the other day when I went to the Hallmark store in the Duluth Miller Hill Mall. Many years ago. I had a teal green Arizona sweatshirt. I just visited my folks. I bought it down there. It was winter in Duluth, and I had it on. I graduated from Arizona. I walked up to purchase a Hallmark card. I set it on the counter. This beady-eyed woman with one of them boring reindeer ugly sweater shirts on. Is there any reason that you have an Arizona sweatshirt on? Yeah, it's where I'm from. No backup. No, I'm sorry. The tone of voice. And I should have, I should have said, do you have a problem with that, ma'am? No one has ever asked me that. And I'll bet you $1 million she was a liberal. Because at that time, Arizona was bright cherry red. I don't think Minnesota's ever been red. But Governor Tim Walz, he sees red. He believes boys need tampons in the boys' bathrooms. How can we take these people seriously? How? There is a huge Muslim. There's also a large Hmong population in the Twin Cities. The Hmong are not Muslim, though. I find it hypocritical and ironic the Democrats embrace these Islamics. They talk crap out of their mouth about us conservative men. That woman right there with the diaper on her head, because that is a Huggies or something, she would not have the freedom to run for office in a Muslim nation. The way she runs her mouth here, the men in the Muslim community would shut her down right now. Yep, Dave, I learned that. You got Whitmer running Michigan. I saw that Hochul was ahead in the governor race. Those people get what they deserve. Voting in trash. I see the voters in all those liberal states believe very strongly in recycling. They keep using the same trash over and over. Hochul's not an effective leader. Huggies. No, and I know people say that's very insensitive. I don't have to be sensitive to that. Have you heard what that woman said about the Jews? She spent how long on the House floor yelling and railing anti-Semitism? Where's the Speaker of the House? Wonderful Pelosi. Remember, she wanted to fine everybody. Anybody comes to my house without a mask. It's not your house. It's the house of the people. And you walk through a hair salon with no mask. $1,500 Pelosi, where's the gavel on that one? Ranting on the floor against Jewish people. If I was speaker, I would have said, Mr. Lamar, we're not going to do this. That's racist. Stop. You're done. Sit down. It's funny how certain kinds of racism are perpetrated by the left while they're accusing everybody else of being racist. You heard that, Mr. Iraq. Anybody who supported Charlie Kirk was full of it. Is that the way Muslims are supposed to talk? I don't know. Just wondering if that's in the Quran. And this guy here is a horse's ass. I'd like to see his show. I'd like to see him be deplatformed. He never was funny. He's an idiot. He's an arrogant idiot. Mr. Kimmel. I don't know what I'd use him for, but he's not a comedian. Yeah. Only truth, I agree. Minnesota, Minnesota, New York, and California get the dumbest states of the year award. They just are dumb. And what bothers me is California used to be a great place. Yeah, I agree, Hollow. California is beautiful. Absolutely. And you get all the clowns out of there. I like that. We're moving right along. This is TikTok trash. You ever heard of TikTok trash? She was whining that she got fired because she was laughing at Kirk's assassination, and she's wondering why she got fired. Right there, lady. The top of that, you open it up, and somebody poured stupid juice in there. The Bible tells us, I admit, there are times when I've asked God to move his hand against people. And when I see God do something, I thank him for it. But if we, and the Democrats are the danger, I think we need to be a little more clarity here. If the Republicans did what the Democrats did, they took out Pelosi, Ilhan Omar, Biden, the Obamas, that would really galvanize them into coming after us. We don't do it. They're doing it. They're the ones encouraging this. And they don't get it. They're still spinning the news. You saw what they did. Oh, this was a MAGA supporter. A MAGA supporter shooting Charlie Kirk. Now, even a 4-year-old would say, that ain't right. Mom and Dad were Trump supporters. But even they said he was a leftist liberal. I didn't know he was having gay relations with this guy and this clown. Ooh, baby. That guy's concerts have been canceled. People are distancing themselves. Bob Villain, V-Y-L-A-N, just like Dylan except with a V. He said this is dedicated to somebody whose pronouns were, and everybody, yeah, and he's strutting on the stage like he's got the alpha going. Yep, that's Charlie Kirk, and he said that. The backlash was so media. He did an interview and he sat there. I was not celebrating his death. Paul Joseph Watson said, "You're a liar." We just saw the video. These kinds of pond scum. Okay, you all see me with my shirt off, but he's on stage. If I'm in a public venue, I had his popularity, I'm not going to go out there shirtless. No. And these stars, they get so puffed up because they got a fan club. They think they're bulletproof. They think they can say whatever they want. Mick Jagger hasn't been the most honorable soul throughout the course of his life. We know for a fact, by admissions out of his own mouth, that Mick Jagger had all the underage sex he could get back in the day. He never got put on the sex offender list or nothing because all those teens came after him and nobody's going to tattle on each other. He came out the other day and said, "This is sick, these people laughing at Charlie Kirk's death." He's old now. Sometimes people grow the F up. Jagger's shaking his head. And this ain't right. He's got an accent, so I don't even know where he's from. He sounded UK. Hey, PB&J. And what do these black people have against Charlie Kirk? As if they have a right to be offended. Because it's the same reason they got offended me. You are not allowed to talk about the black race. To the black community, the ignorant black community, not all of them are ignorant, they define racism as you speaking the truth about their race. That's not the definition of racism. He's from Ipswich. Yeah, he's got an accent, so I knew he wasn't from here. Well, I agree with you, Bonnie. I'm trying to be nice when there's not a lot in me that has in this guy. He was on the internet. I just had a meeting with HR, my manager, and they fire me. They really effing fire me. I can't get unemployment here. F me. How am I going to pay for things? I'm going to get evicted. What the F, man? I worked so hard for that job. F me. Yeah, you thought it was funny, Mr. Nose Ring, to laugh at his death. Here's the problem with their brains. Offended at everything, ashamed of nothing. Any of you ladies want to go out with that? I'm starting to hate my glasses because look, I don't want to be associated or people thinking I'm a liberal. I want my Thomas Dolby glasses back. I ripped Bob Marley. Yes. Yes, Fred Rogers on that villain. PB&J's working it for all it's worth. Look, Bridge. I finally, after 5 years of having my bathroom all tore up, got it walled off, drywall, sheetrock, plywooded, put the plaster all over it, and I painted it. I thought I'd do a different color for the bathroom. It's almost a touch of retro with a slight twist of modern. You can kind of feel the 50s, but then it kind of brings it into, I don't know, it just does something to me. Thank you. I know how to do things with my hands other than entertain myself. Lynn, are you still in here? And did you see this? Did you see this, Bridge? Did you see who showed up last Sunday? That's Mr. E-Rock and his wife, Amber. Larishia, you left me again and I was weeping over here in the corner. Thank you, Fred. I appreciate that. Oh boy. Yeah, but look at this. I'm gonna have fun with this mystery rock. Guess who wears the pants in the family? I'm just playing now. I refinished that chest of drawers. And I had put it up on Marketplace. And when I was doing a video, I showed him, and he said, I want that. Can I come down and buy it? And that's her birthday present. And you know, I'm sorry, that means something, because I was going to keep that. Everything would so up and down with my job loss. I'm like, shoot, I might have to leave. I'll just part with it. That makes me so happy that something I worked on, one of my YouTube fans, he and his wife have it. I think that's awesome. That's not paint. That's a gray stain that I put on the drawer fronts. I did the distressed weathered look. I sanded the knobs, so you got a little three-tone. I sanded the body of the dresser. I sanded the drawer fronts. Then I put 2 coats of varnish on it. So it's nice. I think it's good. That's awesome, Mr. E-Rock. Yeah, I like it. Do you guys have a hard time getting that out of the truck and in the house? And if anybody doubts that we were all in the same place, that's not Photoshop. Very nice people. We're talking about, he was talking to Mob. They think it'd be neat that they all come out at the same time and we meet up. Mob, nay, them. Oh, no, I'm not. I just learned how to do things. Got you. I'm glad she likes it. But that's a trick I learned. Don't forget it. especially with the humidity. And I didn't get a chance to do those. I was going to, and I didn't do it. But you take that candle, you take the drawers out, and you rub the candle up and down the wooden runners so the drawers slide open nice and easy. I learned that trick years ago. And it works without wrecking the wood, and it waxes it so that it slides without all the friction. That's cool, Dave. He pulls up in this, and I've been ripping on Silverados, and the minute he pulled up, I'm like, no, that one's good looking. So I had to tell him when he got out of the truck. I said, oh, you would. I said, you pulled up in a Silverado, and I like the rims and the paint and the wheels. Oh, yeah. He's proud of that boy. He's proud of that truck. That is a nice truck. That is a nice ride. That's cool. A birdhouse. Bridge. I'm always eating, Sydney. Well, no, you're married. You can't come over for dinner. Doggone it. I was flirting with her, and then she told me she's married. Sydney, how are you? You know, Bridge is the only woman I know that says the most unique stuff I've ever heard in my damn life. She's won that one, hands down. She is cute. There's a lot of cute ladies in here, man. I'm feeling lovely today. Selena's beautiful too. And I think Selena's not taken, but I don't know. Selena, are you taken? Oh, I remember mac and cheese with green beans and tuna. You're taken? Oh, I got to stop flirting with her. Can't flirt with Bridge. Can't flirt with Selena. Can't flirt with Sydney. Oh, that's good. You must be in California, Dave. That'd be me. I said, Bridge is a firecracker, man, in a good way. And I was joking. I said, I like Bridge, but if she and I were married and she got pissed at me, I wonder what that'd be like. Picture. Nights. Oh, I believe that. I just found out the other day this means fall is coming. That comes out just before fall. I did not know that. That is some sort of a spider lily. I have been mowing for years along the sides of the house, and that thing sprang up overnight. I couldn't mow it. I said, that ain't no weed. Beautiful. And I saw the other day, somewhere in the state, they showed a crop of them and they said fall is coming. These things mean that fall is near. I'm at a school play auditions. I cooked so bad. Really? Evander, what'd you make? Hey, Princess Brandy Candy, how are you? Princess is cute too. All the cute ladies come to this channel. Yep. You know what? I'm with you, Sydney. Georgia summers are too dang hot. Why do you think all the cute ladies? I don't know. Blair Shia. You know, I try to be objective. I look at other channels. I even looked at Nicholas. One of his moderators calls him King Nicholas. Dumb, 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 dumb. Raise your hands if you've seen that channel. There is nothing like it. He's sitting on a shower senior citizen chair with the shower running, and don't know what that water bill costs. I just know that I couldn't do that. Dave, you out of here. You have a good day at work. Be careful, man. Hey, Tyler. I'm single also, but Bridge and I are making a connection. Listen to you, PB&J. You better stop. Oh my gosh, you better stop it. Bridge, I'm glad you're here. You always add spice to the room. Hollow. I always stare at Larry Shia's face picture. You know why? I like to see those eyelashes. That cute nose, that cute face. I wish they made the pictures bigger so I didn't have to squint. Cheat meals? What's a cheat meal? Hey, how come nobody's got any crowns today? Mr. E-Rock. What is a cheat meal? Oh, big burrito from Chipotle. And those are biggies too. How much do those things cost now, Sydney? I can't eat wheat, so I don't get one when you cheat on your diet. Oh, TV dinner. Yep, Sydney did. Mr. Hi, Eugenia. How are you? Mine was 11:30 because I got queso, they're usually 9-ish. Wow. But it fills you up, right? Meal deal, so British. My din-din, we used to call it that. Din-din is ready. Do you believe God gives people visions currently? Because there's this one bald pastor claiming God gave him visions. So what do you think about it? Good question, Clark. I always hold those things as very suspect because I learned a long time ago, you enter a fool's argument if I tell them you did not have that experience. Because they're going to say, you're not in my body, how can you tell me that? I hold them suspect because I don't believe God operates that way. I believe in what's called dispensationalism. Think of the word dispenser. Okay? Pez dispenser. You have the little lion head, you open it and popped out a Pez candy. Dispensationalism. You know, when God began to move in the Israelite community and he went to lead them out of Egypt, he did certain things at certain times that he doesn't do anymore. You don't see the Red Sea part. I cannot walk up. I cannot go to Savannah. I cannot go down to the ocean and say, Atlantic Ocean, please part. I can wish it. I can have all the faith. It ain't going to happen. God did things for a specific reason in a specific state of time. When people claim they died and saw heaven and went there, I call BS. When people say they have visions, I call BS. Now, during the tribulation, there's going to be some things going on. There's going to be some things going on. But a lot of people do this to grab attention. And Din is he so much? I wonder help in the back. My neighbor said, is it? Yeah, Clark, you know, the best way to handle somebody like that is you just say, okay. Do you agree with me? I don't. I'm not going to get into a PP match with that because I'll never win it. There's a lot of people claim that there was a guy, family wrote a book, their kid died and went to heaven. Come on, man. People do that to make money. People do that to draw attention. Can God do it? Yeah. It's funny though, there's always a sameness to everything people claim. One person died, they claimed there were chairs lining a hallway and all their dead relatives were sitting in them. Really? So we're going to be in heaven and everybody's sitting on dusty old chairs. That sounds like a great place to go. Not. I'm going to say it again. And I'm going to use scripture. No eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived. Now, some people, their mind is not here. It's right here. It could be the left cheek or the right cheek. That's the Democrats. Conservatives, Christians, their mind is here. No mind is conceived what he's prepared, what God has prepared for those who love him. We cannot grasp heaven on earth. We got a descriptive of the New Jerusalem, which is where we're going to be. God says, I go to prepare a place for you. Now in the King James, there's a misnomer there. When the King James people put the King James together, they did a little artistic license. They said, in my Father's house are many mansions. No. And you got silly Christians, especially in the South, I'm going to get a mansion when I go see Jesus. No, you're not. In my house, in my Father's house, are many rooms. Read the description in Revelation of the New Jerusalem. It is the biggest skyscraper in the history of the universe. 1,500 miles cubed. Okay, so you look at the earth, and you got a 1,500 mile cubed skyscraper. You have to have a new earth. And it's going to be a lot bigger than this one. Because that'd be like having a volleyball with a baseball bat sticking out of it. It's ridiculous. So I believe it says, I've heard pastors say, oh, God's not going to destroy the earth, he's going to recycle it. No, he isn't. During the millennial reign, he will. But after he burns up, says the heavens, that everything will melt with a fervent heat. It's over once it's over. And a new heavens and new earth, and I saw the heavenly city descending down. Do you even have any idea what that's going to look like? We were talking about the New Jerusalem. We were talking about Clark Kent asked, people claiming they're having visions and see things and what I thought. Absolutely, Clark. Anything with God is possible. Heaven isn't open for us, but I do believe people see their family spirits in purgatory. Purgatory is the in-between of the righteous. Hades is open for evil people. Mike, I'm just saying about Sydney, I don't believe in purgatory. I'll be very honest. The Bible says to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. Don't ask me to unpack all that. God says, I go to prepare a place for you. I look at what I've done, and this is man. Can you imagine what that building's going to look like? You'll never have to worry about fire exits. You'll never have to worry about toilets, heating AC. It's interesting that there's no longer any sun. Think about that. The light of God lights up this new earth. There will be no darkness. I can't even fathom that. There's not going to be these chubby cherubs floating around on pillow clouds strumming harps. It's going to blow the mind. And that's why it says he will wipe away every tear from their eye. Why are we going to cry? Because when we stand before God, even as Christians, we're going to weep for our sin, for us doubting, for all that. When we see him as he is, all the accusations I've made, all the doubting is going to stop right there. Oh my gosh. Magnetrics, if you start that, you're going to be out. The earth is not flat. We do not ascribe to a flat earth belief system. Cannot, will not, Sam, I am. It's funny, whenever I say anything disagreeing with the so-called scientists and I post something on a Facebook, oh, you must be one of those dumb flat earthers. No, but you're definitely a dumb evolutionist because there's no transitional life forms in the fossil to living record, and they never dispute that. They never come back and said, oh yeah, there is. They just start calling me names. Kind of like the Democrats, where they lose an argument. See, I like it the way they're saying, we didn't go to college and we're not as smart as the Democrats, rejoicing, laughing, gleeful about an assassination. Let me say something. You got a man who dropped out of college, and he is able to give a comeback and an answer, undaunting, in front of the most arrogant group you can reach, college kids, Charlie Kirk. If you have a relationship with God, he'll give you the wisdom, he'll give you the knowledge, he'll give you the strength to silence your enemies. Amen. Charlie Kirk had a gift from God, and that's why I recognize who he is. I could tell when I posted my little video short, I used the old NBC News mission theme because I've always liked that. That was before the news got so toxic and stupid. And you look at the pictures that I selected off the internet of Charlie, you can tell the light's on. You can tell the light is on. Very sad day. Today's been a week since that horrible thing happened. It's crap. That shook up everybody. And it's a week later and the fallout is still continuing. All these people. According to Benny Johnson, he said thousands are losing their job. Now, Benny Johnson, I like him, but he's going off. He's going off on a conspiracy theory. I'm not going to listen to too much of that. Hey, Bluegrass. Yeah, Clark, I don't believe hell is in this earth at all. First of all, it's not big enough to contain all the people that are going there. You got to remember, there's been a lot of humanity that's dead and gone before I came into the world. Benny Johnson is a YouTube artist up there with Mark Dice. I listen to Mark Dice, Black Pigeon Speaks, Benny Johnson. He's got like a caricature outline of his face. Louder with Crowder. Redonkulous. I haven't heard him in a while. Redonkulous has some good stuff. Paul Joseph Watson talks a lot about current events. I actually listen to other people. Some people think I listen to myself. Sometimes I do. But I listen to other people because I want to hear their perspective if I respect what they have to say. They're decent. And take everybody, including me, with a grain of salt. We all got our flaws. Hell is on Saturn. Whatever happened to Saturn? That went belly up. Oh, Hollow, how far is it? Problem is I can only go so far. Can you check up so I can see what you think about my experience? I practically died and came back. That's called an NDE. Can you go back up? But I felt as if I shouldn't be there and became conscious again. And when I almost died, I saw a white world with black figures flying, I think. I must have seen heaven, but since I wasn't ready to die, I couldn't see it fully and could only see a fraction. I felt at peace. Hello, I've seen you be respectful. If you want me to interpret it, I can't. There's been people that say that. Yours is slightly different than a vision from God. I can't deny what you saw in the mind, but it could be the brain, like in a dream, conjuring up stuff. Brain is powerful. It's funny, you go to sleep, your brain does not shut down. The brain never sleeps. Sucketh. What is this? Lariscia. What did you put in the room? My name is Brett. Sometimes our minds can just do things. I was in Duluth, far removed from Mammoth, far removed from my childhood. I had a dream so vivid one night. I was laying in my bed. And this was way before all this violence and gun stuff. And I had a dream I was in Mammoth. Somebody was trying to kill me. It was night, and I was walking under the deck at the house in Mammoth, looking up at the rafters. You could see the shadows and the silhouettes of things. And I was running, and it was so real that I woke up and I had a cold sweat. I get up, I snapped on the light, walked to the bathroom, splashed some cold water in my face, and I said, "It was a dream. You're in Duluth, man." You ever done that? Something so real? Or how about this? You're hearing gunshots in your dream, and somebody's got a gun, and you come to, and it's thundering outside, loud. It's amazing how the brain does that. The timing of the dream. Somebody blow a kiss, fire a gun, and it's the dang thunder lining up. I mean, that's some weird stuff. I have had that happen. You have to have 50 subs to go live. I've never fly fished. Is it fun? A dream loop 3 times. I had exploding heads in a bridge. That just sounds like a basket of fun. Was it a basket of fun, or was it a cargo ship of fun? Never been. 1968. I remember the old deep sea fishing reels, the double-sided, the big spools. Now those are cool. Watts exploding head syndrome. Bluegrass, how are you? I had a dream that I was dreaming inside a dream. Oh boy, Chance, is that a joke? Man, it's going too fast. Given to me with a bunch of old Zebco. I remember the old Zebco reels. They were usually the cheapest back in the day. I'm my own Ra. Who's Ra? Yeah, loo la, rah, loo la. I want a romance. I'm my own narrator in my dreams. Sounds crazy. Larry Shia, I'd like to get inside your head. Can you open the door and let me in? Can you imagine if you went to sleep and every night you went to sleep, I got inside your head? What would you do? Ra is the sun god. 5 cops? What? Did this just happen? Good grief. I've been saying it right today. Larashia. When did I get it wrong today? Don't be telling me I got it wrong. I've been trying to be very careful. Larashia is my bae. I can't get it wrong. Controlling going up and down and above. I know the dreams I've had. I remember when I first started driving a school bus. I was asleep, solid. You have this dream where you're driving and a kid runs out in front of you and you slam on the brakes. But I'm slamming it on physically, and I jumped in my bed because I'm pushing my feet, and it woke me, and I've sat up and just, oh my gosh, that was a dream. That sucked. That's happened a couple times. I remember one time I had a weird dream that I was in the Dodge truck leaving Mammoth, and in my rearview mirror, Mammoth Mountain's erupting. And I'm seeing the volcanic ash column and the fire, and I'm like trying to go as fast as that old truck will go. I'm like, I'm not going to make it. Larashia, I called you Larashia through the whole thing. I screwed up once. I started to say Lara, and I don't know what happened. Once, Larashia. Don't be lying on me, man. Don't be lying on me. No, that's in Kentucky. Mammoth Lakes, California. It's an actual town. I don't know what the population is, but I know when I lived there, it was 2,500. They didn't have Walmart back then. We had a Buster's Market, then they got a Safeway. The only grocery store in town. I don't know what's there now. I know it's expensive as heck. My parents in '76 paid $56,000 for that big 2-story, 4-bedroom, 2-bath house with a cathedral ceiling. They sold it for $104,000 in '83. That house now is $900,000. Wow. Chance, did I screw it up more than once? I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea. I saw the holy city. I saw the holy city coming down. The new Jerusalem coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride, beautifully dressed as for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, "Look." I have no idea. I just chimed in. Sounds like you said her name right to me. No chance. Don't be doing that to me. There she is ignoring me. Free U.S., turn to Christ. Jesus loves you. Yes, Kevin, we are saved in here. Welcome on in. Have some fellowship. If y'all notice, he said my name right one time a minute ago. But all along he said wrong. Don't be embarrassed because of people. Man, I try to... What did I say, Larashia? How did I botcher it up? I've said your name many times today. Sometimes you didn't respond. So that means you didn't hear me, so I did say it right. Boom. Hi, Jay. Hey, Doc. I didn't buy anything at the mall. I just did a walkthrough. I got a new name written down in glory, and it's mine. Oh, yes, it's mine. And the wise old angels sing the story, a sinner has come home. You got somebody, Selena? That can't be loving on. Heard it from a friend who, heard it from a friend who, heard it from another Selena has a boyfriend. Wow, all these women taken. I've been flirting with people. I think Larashia and Lynn are the only single ones in the house. 1 Samuel 18:3. I don't have my Bible in front of me, so I can't look them up. Of course, I'm your friend, Selena. Am I still allowed to flirt in the room? Shouldn't even be asking that. Shame on you, Michael. Flirty. The art of flirting. To flirt or not to flirt. Flirting is the act of taking notice in somebody and trying to get their attention by giving lavish praise and compliments. Sometimes involves touching gently on the shoulder, flashing eyes, making cute little pouty faces, tongue movements. Is it friendly or flirty? All in perception. Bridge nailed it right there. I'm done. Washed up. Beached whale. Can't do it no more. Friendly flirting. Oh, bluegrass. Look what she did. She just slammed them together. She did a mashup. Dun 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 dun. I love bridge. We love chat. We're a chatty, happy family. With a couple of ignorant trolls coming to me and you. Wait till Bridge gives them the shoo. We all need to get along, everybody. Barney's creepy. I already ate, folks. I love you guys too. I know the shoe means kicked out. Kicked out, baby. See, look what I did, Bridge. All you ladies that didn't see, I gotta get a, I guess you call it the sink vanity. I gotta get a vanity for this. Gotta buy the faucet and the drain. This is brand new. Lady bought it. My next door neighbor does construction. And she decided she didn't want it, said throw it in the trash. He said, can I take it? You can take it, just get rid of it. He thought of me and gave it to me. I came out to my truck one morning to go to work and I'm like, all right, somebody gave me a sink, sweet. I put it in the house and went to work. So this is what I did in here. This wall was a mess. There's a big old sewer pipe back here and the flanges stick out beyond the joist, so I had to fur it out. I had to do some funky stuff in here. And I did plywood because of uneven framework, and I didn't want to screw down the sheetrock and have it pop and bend, and so I plywooded it, so you got a rigid surface, and look what I did. I put the drywall compound all over it. I got to still do a second coat, so I did a little caulking in here. You cannot tell that's plywood. That's what's awesome. All the cracks in between, I made it all look like it's kind of plastered up. And I did a couple cubbies. I'm going to find a mirror about that size and put it here. So you got a mirror to see your face in. If you're a kid, you ain't going to be able to see yourself, but this isn't really a kid-friendly home. This one put some little shelves up in here. So you put your shampoo, soaps, toiletries, razors, perfumes, girl stuff, bobby pins, all that. Thousands of things that women need that we don't, that stuff. I might put a little half shelf right here. But I like how this came out. You got the Hollywood studio or the Hollywood makeup star dress. What do you call that? What do you call that when a woman gets herself ready for the show? They got them kind of lights. I like that. I did all the backsplash here. I just got a caulk all around the tub. Get that done. Got to touch up the white paint. I accidentally, when I went to push plywood, scraped the ceiling. So I'm going to wipe that up. Hook up the sink. And that'll be nice. And I'm going to keep this open because the cabinet of the sink will hide that. I want to get one that's tall. I know this sounds dumb, but I'd like a sink up here. I do not like sinks I'm going to show you. This was a high sink before, and I want it up here. I like to be able to lean against it and you're close and brush your teeth and shave. Because look at my bathroom. It's got a tiny little sink and it's so down low. And when you get older, you don't want to bend over and be all stupid and stuff. Oh, are you serious, Snell? Now that's cool. I would hold on to that. Lynn, you're funny. See how low this is? Look, there's moi and there's the sink. That's too low. I like it up. I like it man sink. A gentleman's bathroom. I love my giraffe flooring, but I'm gonna have to rip this out. There's tile underneath this, sticky tile. I need to pull this out. I need to cut this, pull the mirror, pull the light. I need to find a break. And it's gonna be right about here. I'm gonna cut out. Actually, there's nothing back here. Somebody made a mess. They got board here, sheetrock board. Yeah, what a pain in the butt. I gotta find a cutting point somewhere. I don't want to mess with all this. I want to get all this crap out of here. I want to redo this wall. I really want to get rid of this thing. This light. I gotta get a new bulb, but I really don't like these fluorescents. They suck. They're not cheap for them bulbs. Lynn, notice that. Is that a turn on, Lynn? See, not bad for a dude. I like it clean. You should have seen this house. It had these big, ugly shutters here. I rebuilt this whole thing. This was wide open. The air exchange did not work because there was holes all up in here. I redid all this. And I made it so you could still get to it. Furnace. And the AC system comes through there. Yeah. Crazy. Now I got an air exchanger. A little bit. I'm going to start singing some Barry White music to you. Bring you over here and get us in the mood, baby. Look at that. I have gotten activity on that truck. Somebody this morning asked if I would take this as a trade. 35,000 miles. It's a fire truck. Only problem is, it's a 1-ton body, which I like. 35,000, stick shift 360. Yeah, I want that truck. But it's got a fire truck thing on the back. What am I going to do with that? If it had a dually bed, that's a fair trade. That's a nice old Dodge truck with low miles. And he said it's been a daily driver for him. Somebody says, I vow to destroy woke. I don't know what that's all about. Let me get out of the green screen. It just does too many weird things. Yeah, but Lynn, I can't. I do have a job lead. I can't give away details because of clown butt that comes in here, but tomorrow I need to meet somebody in the afternoon. And I want it because the pay is better than what I had. He called me. So this is a big giant bedroom. Criping! Yeah, Larry, it is nice, but it's fire station red. Mr. E-Rock, he made my living room so empty. The chest of drawers is gone. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could get a good job and enjoy my house for a little while. I could have this done in about a year, totally. All that I want to do anyway. I'm not doing all that other stuff. Somebody else can rewire it. Selena, thank you. It's close. And it has nothing to do with kids and buses. And that's what I need. Is your bedroom huge? No, I know that, Mr. E-Rock. I'm just giving you crap. This was the room I built for Tina. She loved it. Oh my gosh, I miss her. She said, when she slept in here, she never heard any of the street noise. I did this. I did the closet. I built the closet. I put in the tongue and groove ceiling. I did the top shelf. Hey, you dang women. She had so much clothing, it overwhelmed the thing. She'd leave stuff up in North or South Carolina and she'd switch out her winter wear and summer wear is cute. This is a dresser I got in Colorado, and I redid this and put bronze knobs on it, sanded it, and varnished it. This is a mirror she left me. That went to an old chest of drawers. Yeah, this is a bed that was given to me by somebody at work whose father passed away. I just got to get a mattress. I kind of like this old stuff because this is, you know, got a little cubby hole. She picked out these nautical curtains. They're so cool, and she left them for me. I couldn't come in here after she left. I could not. It bothered me. It's funny, it's just a room now. I put that up, redid that. She had a big 4-poster bed facing this way. It took up the whole room. Huge. That was a nice bed, very cool bed. But tell you, when you find somebody that's solid, it's a knife in the heart when they move out. I don't trust people. I I'd get on and rent out a room, but I'm not doing it. I will not do it. I just don't trust people. She was golden. She left because her mother moved down from Greenwood, South Carolina, and she didn't even tell her. She sold her house, and then she contracted on a new one in Harlem, Georgia. Bought it. Tina went up to go visit her, and she's like, "Mom, what's everything doing in boxes?" "Oh, I didn't tell you." She bought more house than her house sold for. Wanted Tina to move in with her to help pay for the mortgage, and she wanted to be near her daughter. She's 80 years old. I mean, she's sharp as a tack. She was in here for Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday. We had a dinner together. She's a very nice lady. And I understand why Tina did it, but it was tough. Hey, Snell. Hey, rain is okay. I don't like what's happening to London. I wish I could go back 50 years and live in Ireland. Oh my gosh, I'd love to live in the countryside of Ireland. I think that'd be the perfect life for me. I want to live where I could see the Atlantic Ocean from the cliffs. I would spend many a day just standing there looking out to sea. That would be awesome. I feel like Ireland is in my blood. It's just enough wetness and the green landscape and the ocean. I just feel like that would be the place I would call home more than any other. I like Celtic music. I just like all that. It's cool. I live my nightlife on the edge. Really, Lynn? Yeah, one of my friends in Denver, she was going to tour the Guinness factory, but never did. Or the Guinness plant. Yeah, Ireland, fascinating. Another place I'm very curious about and have been for years is Iceland. Just out there. You never hear about crime in Iceland. Kind of hard to not get caught. Girls Only Club, Blue and Lairshia. Listen to this. Bridge is conspiring to take all the pretty ladies out and start a girls' club. See how that works? When we've got our back turned for 1 minute, all this plotting is going on. Plotting? Nope, Garth doesn't get his hair. This is mine. All mine. French, German, and Cornish. I got a friend not too far from the house. Her husband is Welsh. Very interesting to talk to. Let's go look at the truck. I need to start it up. Need to run it once a week. Yeah, that is a nice Dodge, but what am I going to do with a fire truck? I do not need a dang fire truck. That's too much. Boy, the neighbors already look at me different now with this big old thing and said, what, he went and bought a fire engine? Guaranteed start every time. I could build a camper on the back. That would be something. It's got air assist. That's why it builds up the pressure. Air alarm is right there. Oh, I'll show you. Sydney. I don't think Sydney would want to go on a date in this thing. This thing's a beast, but it's fun. That. See, there's my truck. There's my truck. Big, giant Tonka. Yeah, if I want a rebuild engine, it's $11,000, and that doesn't include the fee to put it in. Not cheap. It costs about $4,000 or more to take the engine out and put in, rebuild in there. Oh, the yard, I keep it mowed. You can tell fall's coming. I've been raking back here. Look at all them dang silkworms up in the tree. See that? See that big old silkworm nest? They get up in there. Mad Max. Guy kind of, the son of this lady, he came over here and cleaned all this on his side out. This was a jungle. You couldn't even see that house. He did a good job. And I've been working my way for years. I could not get from this point. This was ridiculous. Going down, I mean, I just started cutting back. This is where I got into that poison sumac. And I will never mess with that crap again. This right here. You do not touch this stuff. You do not cut it open. That vine right there, that's sumac. You cut that open and you touch your arm. Let's see if we can show this. It's going to be hard because I'm trying to see. You see that white little, almost like a lightning strike? It's a scar. My arm blew up like a fat woman. I mean, I had the big old sagging elbow and everything. I was at work fueling buses. It was raining. I had a sweater on, a rain jacket. Been going hard at it in the rain, fueling buses. Went to take a break, went to the bathroom, took my sweatshirt off. My arm, I'm like, what in the world? I went to the boss, said, I got to go to med now. He goes, what happened to your arm? I said, something in the yard. And the doctor looked at me and said, sumac. You get a shot in the butt and you get antibiotics. It's getting dry again. My little tree, man, I can't believe how much this thing grew up. I love my yuccas. This thing gave birth to a whole bunch of them. I transplanted this. This thing was all leaned over by the front door. It's only 2 feet, and this thing has taken off. And it actually grew an awesome flower this summer. Do not touch that. That stuff is nasty. I'm telling you. Forget electric fences. I want this all around my property. All the way around, 8 feet tall. Nobody's coming through. Nobody gonna run through that. They got prickly pear cactus that are 8 feet tall all across people's property. I think it'd be awesome to have a natural fence. No one's gonna run through there, nobody. Splash ass. Gosh, Bridge, what are you talking about? Georgia. Vertical toilet seat. I saw a video years ago. It was a humor one. It was like in the UK, they did the one-way mirror trick. And then they had the ladies in the stall. You could see their legs. And they didn't know each other. And it shows the camera. And you hear the one, oh, that cottage cheese. And somebody's at the counter doing their hair and stuff. And she's going, and she's starting to snicker. And then she says to them, do you have any toilet paper over there? No. Good God, what am I gonna do? I think I just splashed my tights. Oh my gosh, these things are funny. It was like Candid Camera UK style. Oh, so funny. Well, the one-way mirror, I'm trying to remember how that went. Oh, the lady's doing her hair in the mirror. And I don't know how they did it. She sees herself in the mirror, and the mirror's big. It's like a wall mirror behind the sinks in the public bathroom or wherever. And somebody is facing out. And she looks behind her and she's like, there's nobody. And you see the woman doing her hair. So the real person's facing this way, somebody's facing that way, doing her hair as if though somebody's right next to her doing her hair. And she steps over to that side and doesn't see herself. And she's like, Oh, it's so funny. The tricks that they play. Oh, Mr. E-Rock. That's so funny. I love British accent. I think I splashed my tights. I can't even do that. It's so funny. The scones were terrible. They gave me an upset tummy. Sheesh. I love those spoof videos. Or the office bathroom prank. Sydney, you got to see that. There's this cute black one with the little perm hair. It's like right outside the Capitol. They got the porta-john. And as soon as the lady goes into the bathroom and the door shuts, they have all these guys in suits and ties, and they pick up the shell of like a portable, run it over, slide it in front, go in the back door, carrying chairs, all sit at the table. She opens the bathroom door. It's like when she opens this door, instead of coming outside, she comes in and there's all these guys seated around a conference table. She's like, have you guys seen that? You got to see that. That is funny. That is so funny. Larishia. I'm going to say your name over and over to make sure we get it right. Larishia. So you better stop. Just type in office, or no, it's bathroom prank. Well, there's office bathroom prank. Yeah, office bathroom prank. Oh, it's a hoot. They show different people going in, and then the guys move the thing over. Darjeeling. I should have my tea tonight. Why not? Why not? Hey, I should test out the cup. I should test out the cup that Mr. E-Rock got me. I dare say, Whitley, isn't it past time for a sport of tea? But of course, Chenoweth. What do you think I am, an old fool? But of course. I should have known. You're always so incorrigible. Let me see. Hey, how long do I set the microwave for tea water just in a cup to make it piping hot? Is that 60 seconds or is it 2 minutes? Oh, I think that British would be fun. British. Ooh, now I don't know if this is microwave safe. So we're not going to do that. We're going to boil the water. Mr. E-Rock, that is a nice cup. I like that color on there. What in the world? And yes, I bought this shirt in Manila in 2018. No, I generally boil the water. Oh, 1.5 minutes. Thank you, Sandy. 15 seconds. Yeah, but it doesn't say microwave safe. I don't want to chance it. This is the cup that Mom, or Mr. E-Rock and his wife got me. That's very cool. Greenville when Tina had a teaching job, she was living there. She had a beautiful home, the same age as this. She looked it up. That house is worth $350,000. I can't believe how much houses have gone up. It's crazy. Greenville is nice. She lived in a very nice neighborhood. L'air Shia. What if I did this? L'air Shia. What if I did Lar Ash Ia? When I was a kid, I used to sound out stuff. That's how I won spelling stuff. Did she? Well, you guys are awesome, man. I hate to say it. I can make a house, but I cannot make a home. Shea butter. Lara Shea. You know what? I think if she was my girlfriend, I would probably find a sweet, affectionate nickname for her and avoid that whole thing. Say Shea. What's that, Sydney? It's true. I can build a house. I can make a house. But it does take others to make it a home. It does. We live in an America where everybody tries to be so self-sufficient, but I'm sorry, none of us can fill every role and every gap. You know, I like using that wall compound because it hides imperfections. There's things that a woman can bring into a man's world that we cannot bring, and vice versa. I believe that. And we've been bought this lie, I don't need anybody. We don't need drama, we don't need problems, but we do need people. We need people. Yeah, Mystery Rock. Michael is dictated by economics. At least I own this. That's why I don't just jet out the door like Roadrunner. I've had problems here, but they haven't surrounded in my house. And you got to look at that. Yeah, there's a lot of crap. There's been shootings in the neighborhood, but they're not shooting at me. They're shooting at each other. And where can you go to find a safe house that they're not robbing your stuff and nobody's messed with me, my house, my truck? They haven't. You can go to a nice place and the little brat spoiled rich kids will get into your stuff. I hate to say it. I was looking at parts of West Virginia. I look at some of these people acting up at memorials and stuff, white kids. Yeah, I hate to say it. I got a pastor who preaches the truth. No, I don't have a community here. I don't. Not at all. I have one friend from work, but a soulmate? No. Yes, Jamie. No, Mystery Rock is good people. And it taught me something too. Two families came down here. Larcia, you need to come over here and lay down on my futon. Not everything's about sex, folks. The power of company is huge. The power of company, good company, is huge. Larcia, have a good night. Love you. I only messed up once on your name. Remember that. I may well be, Snell. I may well be. The adoption papers say Irish, English, Scottish or Dutch, one of those. I remember my grandmother had them Dutch wooden shoes, and she had several pairs, and me and the cousins would clomp around the house in those. You talk about uncomfortable. Clunk, clunk, clunk. They're no fun to wear, but they were sure fun to make a bunch of racket in. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to... D. Michelle! Oh my gosh! You've been out of here for a minute. Thank you, Gothric, and welcome from the UK. We've got Snell here from the UK as well. That's awesome. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to abuse you. I forgot the order. So, I need 1 tea bag. Wait a minute. Where's my stray bag running around here? Where is it? Is that it? Refresh mint. That's not it. That's mint. But I want the peppermint. Love the smell of this. How do we do this? Snell, do you guys have Bigelow tea? Do you have the Bigelow? I have that. And we have, this stuff is good. Ginkgo biloba, ginseng. What is Liz? Yeah, and that's rare here too because termites. This street, this neighborhood is known for wood frame houses. $1.5. What? Wait, what's 1.5K a month? For rent? Gosh, rent is ridiculous. It's cheaper for me to live in here than it is an apartment. Of course, I paid for this, so it's, I paid for it right up front. Stupid what they're charging for rent. It's just a rip-off, rapage, taking advantage of people. It's a joke. If I know somebody well, they're trustworthy. I don't believe in gouging people. You want to charge something to get something, but you want to charge low enough so it encourages them to save and get ahead. Our society just makes everybody a damn slave to having to work their butt off just to exist. That ain't right. Literal trash just came into the room. What a name, Literal. Literal trash. 800 for a studio. Hey, Sydney, there's some buses down here for sale that are cheap. They're in good shape too, mechanically wise. Take out the seats and build yourself a house. I thought of that, but I don't want to live in something like that. Motorhomes are so ridiculously overpriced. Shoot, I remember in the 80s, you could buy a 20-foot pull-behind travel trailer for about $2,500. And they were nice. They had the propane tank, they had a shower, toilet you could hook up with the campground. They even had, Arizona had a lot of the RV parks, and they were cheap. Like $100 a month. Now, those are ridiculous. It's like, there's no way to get ahead. None. Crazy. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Frost nipping at your nose. Oh, I love the smell of that. I like sniffing. Remember scratch and sniff? That is strong. I remember in Colorado when I used to go into the steam room. They got a sign on the door. I laughed because nobody followed it. It said no essential oils or sprays in the steam room. The women would bring them in anyway. And somebody had the peppermint. They had a bottle of it. They sprayed it. Some spilled on the top of the tile. I didn't know it. I laid up there. Oh my gosh, I felt like I was on fire. It smelled like peppermint in there. And when the steam came on and you breathed that in, it would like clean out your sinuses. But the peppermint oil was all over me and it was like cooling and heat. It was weird. It was awesome, but it was like, what is going on to my body? A scratch and sniff reminds me of my own dog. That's cool. I like the old gypsy wagons now. Those were cool. The old gypsy wagons. Those things were wood. They were beautiful inside. I think I got a little gypsy in me somewhere. Gypsies are interesting. I bet you that Sydney knows about this. You know, outside of Aiken, they got a gypsy community, but I've been told over and over that they're thieves and not good. And they live in big, big, expensive houses, and they're a strange community, intermarriage, and some weird stuff goes on over there. The smell. Vicks. Oh, I had to learn some things in Georgia when I kept getting the poison ivy back there and didn't know it. And them little red oozing dots come up. I use this stuff. Oh, what is going on? Michael, I need to put this. Oh, I gotta use my Epsom salts. It's gonna get cool soon. I'm gonna do an Epsom salt bath. No, I don't have it. It's in the bathroom. I got that cider vinegar Q-tip and touch the top of them oozing things. It doesn't. It seems to clear it out quicker. Stop the oozing. Then I bust off aloe in the back room and put it on there. Yeah, I use the nose hair trimmer. Oh, so you're in the Greenville area. Okay. Liz. Yeah, I do my ears. It's the same thing that it's got the little guard you put on it, and I just go zzz, zzz, and it cleans them up. Thing's nice. Those things are cool. Yep, old man syndrome, hair growing where it's not supposed to be. Why does that happen? I know when I lived in northern Minnesota, I know the ladies up there, especially the Scandinavian. I had to pick up the seniors on Tuesdays and Wednesdays in the bus and take them to the grocery store. And they got hair growing all over, hair sticking out the chin and wiry, bristly, white hairs all over. So why does that stuff happen when we get older? Strange. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. I used a Coleman electric. Oh, ouch, Gothric. That's gotta hurt. Back here, it's not gray. There's some white. It's been there for a few years, but it's only gone so far. Bit in the face by a dog. Now that sucks. I gotta turn the phone down for a minute to plug this in, so it may do weird stuff to the screen. Now, Sydney, I've been blessed. Most white guys my age do not have their natural hair color. I remember guys hitting mid-30s and they were graying out. What's dermaplaning? Oh, that's good. It only did that. What do you mean melanin? I'm reddish. I'm reddish skin. 34 and a half, your hair is gray. Yeah, why is that? A lot of white guys, they gray out early. Dog hanging off my face, that's never a good thing. Brown and gray. Really? Bridge, I did not know that. There is no mullet like a Canadian mullet. Now, I don't know what this is. It's just Georgia humidity is creating too much frizz. If I tell you this, last night I was going through some stuff and I thought maybe I should just go and number one it all off. But I just don't know if I could handle that. If I came on here with it all cut off, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, it is stark. I mean, all of it gone. It's a trip. Exfoliates the face and takes off the hair. What does? Don't do it. I need to buzz my hair. I think I will. It took me this long. I don't know if I have another 3 years of full color. Yes, Sydney. Well, let me tell you something. Lara Shia thinks it would be hot if I cut it all off. She has been very outspoken about that. She believes a man needs to have short hair. I don't know, man. Viking movies wouldn't be the same if they all had buzz cuts. You see a bunch of bald-headed military cut guys come thundering down from the mountains in an old Viking ship. It just wouldn't have the same effect. Well, Wolf just got sent out the door. What did Wolf say? I missed it, E-Rock. What did Wolf put in here? Small talk. Man, I used to hate that. Oh, let me tell you something. Oh, ladies, forgive me. Can I do this? I went to go get my DOT physical to renew my DOT card for CDL. It's not due until November. I thought, while I'm off, though, let's get it done. So it's done for 2 years. There's a white petite woman at the counter. I'm going to stop right there. I'm just going to tell you what happened because I get so rubbed by this. I go in there, it's supposed to be $100. That'll be $142. And I pulled out my debit card and I said, wow. I just said, that's high. And in this snotty little voice, she goes, actually, it isn't. It was $189. But since Concentra took over, it went down. And I didn't even look at her. I shoved the card in, entered the PIN. I said, still too high, and put it in my wallet. And I'm sorry, everything in me was just like, F you. I don't know what kind of money you make, but $142, all they did, I whizzed in a little medicine bottle that big so they could test my protein. I stood and read the FELOPZD. Read it with the right eye, read it with the left eye. Okay, eyes passed. Go stand on the scale, 149.6, 5'8". Go into the room. Man, I didn't even get my balls felt today. They used to always feel my balls. They always used to feel my balls. They don't even feel your balls anymore. And this was a Chinese lady. She definitely could have felt my balls. I would have not objected to that. And I sat in there. She comes in, wow, you look good for 59. We started talking. She came from outside of Beijing. I told her I lived in Hong Kong. She goes, oh, Hong Kong. I said, yeah, Cantonese. She goes, oh, I can't do Cantonese. I'm Mandarin. And we started talking. She went to Japan. She even showed me on her phone. I went to Japan 3 times. Couldn't see Mount Fuji. Weather, rain. But this time I'm like, wow, I still not see Mount Fuji. She said, suddenly the clouds lift, I see the top. And I took a photo and she showed me. I said, oh, look at that. So cool. I mean, the clouds are all around it. You could just see the top coming up. And I'm like, she didn't even hit me with a little rubber hammer. All she did was say, touch your toes. Snap, crackle, pop. Very good. She put the stethoscope here. Then she put her hands under my shirt. Ooh, just kidding. Yeah, it's stupid. $142 for that. Come on, man. I looked in the magic viewfinder. Tell me when you see the light on the left or the right. Left, right, you're done. They didn't even do the hearing test. They stand 10 feet behind you and they go, "Can you hear me?" Yeah. $142 for a physical. She did not feel out my chest, Bluegrass. My smile would be bigger than it is now if I did. I don't think the doctor could do that and not lose their job. Now, they can't do it, but if she said, "Michael, can I have a phone number?" "Yes, you can have phone number." Of course I did, because I'm a horny little pig. It's only been 7 years. Gosh, it's ridiculous. And no, I'm not running around desperate towards every girl I see. Not everybody moves me that way. Bluegrass, don't do that. If I was over there having a barbecue with you, I'd be feeling something. I mean, it's just, come on now. Naughty little boys. I didn't feel like, ooh, wah, wah, woo. She was slender, she was petite. She was a few years younger than me. She wasn't young. She wasn't egg foo young. Rude awakening? I haven't. No, that's not a sugar mama. No. I've given up. I've given up trying to find love. That just is not happening. We all love a happy ending. You know what? And yeah, I'm a man, but I do want a woman that I can, and I'm going to say it. Talking to her made me realize, now that's the kind of Asian woman I like. She's conversational. She looked me in the eye. She doesn't have that air, that attitude. And that's the good things I remember when I was overseas. There's been some Asian women in my life that I've gotten along with well. And I like their culture very much, their food. I get along well. No, I'm not talking about them flea market ladies. They're just miserable. You got the Asians that are into money. Those are not fun to be around. Then you got the Asians that are really nice. Women. I've never, the only time I had Asian male friends, ever, there's a couple of Chinese guys in Hong Kong that they worked regular blue-collar jobs. I got along with them well. And the marine engineer. The marine engineer sailed from Hong Kong to San Francisco on the cargo ships. Very intelligent. I remember a Russian sat next to me. Very tall, dressed impeccably. Had the sweater, the Russian clothing. Oh my gosh, that guy really shocked me. He was very nice. And he had his thick Russian accent. We had the one thing I loved about Hong Kong is meeting people from all around the world. That truly is an international city. And that was really awesome. I remember the big, tall guy from Ethiopia had a lion's tooth on a necklace around his neck. I remember the Japanese guy I was friends with. 6 feet tall. He was an antiques dealer in Hong Kong. And he come to karaoke, sang well. And none of these were gay guys. They were well-adjusted, strong, adjusted men. When you get over here, and there was a quote I saw on Facebook. Some woman put, it's like these guys buy their big trucks, overcompensating for their insecurity. And I said, it's the truth. Hi, doggy. Yes, doggy, you're my friend. You're all right, doggy. All the way happy innings. What are you talking about over there, Bluegrass? Yeah. And that's a nasty little thing that goes on with a lot of women today. I mean, I'm sorry, even over there at transportation, I'm going to say it. You got women this big, and they think they're all that. I want me a man with money. Man, everything I'm going to say, if a man's got money, you think he's going to pick you? I remember that at Denver schools. A couple bus monitors. I want a man with money. And I finally said it in there one day. I said, let me tell you something. I lived overseas, and men who got money, they don't go into a school bus terminal looking for wife. They go get a young, very, very good-looking young lady that they can have their sexual jollies with, and he opens up his bank account to her. That's it. It's not based on love. It's based on sex for him and her getting the material goods. That's it. They started doing that in Denver. Bluegrass, my buddy I worked with at the truck center, he told me he went in for a massage and a woman took him in back and performed everything else on him. I thought that was illegal, but it's all on the down low. And they're springing up all over Denver. Really, cornbread? Yeah, I thought it was illegal. And you know, as I get older, I don't want all that. I've done my share of horsing around. But when you get older, you want something that's a little more permanent. I think society is just using each other all the time. That's all it's become. Quick, fast, easy. I don't like it. Trashy. I mean, yeah, in a bad moment, if somebody's massaging me and they're making me feel good, yeah, it's going to arouse something, but it's just kind of nice to have a nice lady you feel comfortable with and make dinner together and snuggle and read a book together, whatever. Listen to music. You know, I'm getting older. I'm not the last of the big spenders. I like my friend. He and his wife have a interesting relationship. They're at that age where they're doing the swinger thing together. And he brags all the time about how good looking his wife. I had a woman, Denver. She was a very committed to God woman. I respected her, and she was out the lot one day, summer school, in between routes, and I said, "What are you doing skateboarding?" She goes, "I don't know. I thought I'd do it." Beautiful woman, a Mexican woman, but she was a real lady. And one day she let her guard down and she said, "You know, she's a Seventh-day Adventist, and she was one of the few ladies I saw her try to live what she believed." Hey, Gerald. Oh, I know you can make tender bluegrass. And she told me that her husband really wanted to see her do another guy. That would really, pull his chain. I said, your husband wants to see you do it with somebody? Wow. She's not a bad looking woman. There, at some point, before we issue this big round of condemnation, we got to ask, what has happened to us that we got to have all this extra spicy stuff to spice it up? What happened? You got a good looking woman. What happened to the sex drive with you and her? Why do you got to kink it up? Why? Wow, Sandy, that sounds interesting. No, God wouldn't approve of it at all. Hi, Nikki. And I'm not trying to be crude. Again, I've done my share of follies. But when you get older, and then you hear about all this diseases, herpes. There was a black woman here I was interested. She had a soft-spoken voice. Very nice. And she wanted to come over and fix a mailbox, and she called me and said, I was going to have you come, and somebody came and did it today. I don't even know who did it. She said she was seeing somebody, and a year went by, and she called me. I said, are you okay? She goes, no, I'm not. I broke up. He was cheating on me. I said, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, I'm thinking I could date her. She had me come over to look at a project she wanted me to do. And she got the big old blister. I said, let me guess. She goes, yep, herpes. I said, ah, shit. I said, did you tell him? Yeah, I told him. I cussed him out. I don't have it. I said, you gave it to her. You got to be carrying it. Oh, I wasn't going to fix her. A little bit of everything, Nikki. No, no. I mean, I can't have a relationship with somebody who's got that. The only way she could have a relationship is with somebody else who has it. That's it. And there's no cure for that. There's cure for syphilis, but there's no cure for herpes. And I'm glad this is happening to me. Full-on sex? No. That's, shoot, in Atlanta and Houston a couple of years ago, they had a big old outbreak of syphilis. They made the news over here. They said Atlanta, Houston. And doctors were like, what's going on? They started asking the ladies, it was black ladies, found out there was basically two men, Houston, Atlanta, back and forth, playing around with that many women. I'm like, oh my gosh. That's crazy. Yeah. Are you still married, Bluegrass? "37 years is a long time." I've christened the mug, Mr. E-Rock. It works for tea. Man, how many women did I have to admit to that I was flirting with and they're all taken? You're the next one. Selena, taken. Sydney, taken. You, taken. Yes, thank you. You're the next one. Sydney, you crack me up the way you stretch out them vowels. I love that. That's funny. I haven't had tea in a while. Guy put the thing on my arm. Blood pressure went up a little bit. I'm like, he said it's not a fail, but it's too close for CDL. I want you to put your arm up on here. I want you to relax and breathe in and out deeply. And he put it here. He did it. He said, went down. I forgot. I learned a little trick. You take an aspirin before you go to your physical, because truck drivers, they're sometimes eating a bunch of crap on the road. Blood pressure spikes. My blood pressure is normally in a very, very good normal range. And it hit me. You've been stressed. And you saw that today. But he did the other arm and it fell down to the normal range. That's weird. I remember, y'all remember the back of the store, the grocery store, they used to have that thing you could sit in and put your arm in the cuff and then test your blood pressure. You remember those? They got rid of those. They used to have them in Walgreens. They used to have them in the back of the Kroger store. Shoot, I remember when I was in middle school, we'd sit in the seat and I'd bounce around and get all active while I'm sitting there to see the blood pressure go off the chart. Stupid. Well, Selena, thank you for that. Sure wished I finished training. Yeah. You know that paper thing you put around the toilet seat, Jamie? Those are J.B. Hunt cowboy hats. You know what orange traffic cones are? Schneider droppings. What? I'm not even going to see your chat. What? What did I say? Really? You would, Selena? Don't tell me that. Now you make me. Oh. It's like window shopping, Selena. There's that awesome thing in the window and I can't afford it. Can't have it. Just torture. John Wayne toilet paper. I remember where were we? We were down in Paradise Valley, Arizona, running our cross country. I remember my friends Tom and Paul. We're in the bathroom. He's in the stall. He's like, "Oh man, there's no bung paper in there." And I said, "Really?" I said, "I can't reach you from where I'm sitting." He goes, "There's a grocery bag. I'll have to use a grocery bag." He's ripping a grocery bag that he had his stuff in. He gets done with the race. I said, "Tom, why are you walking, stupid?" "I chafed my butt with the grocery bag." Gosh. "Tom, you don't wipe with a grocery bag." I remember when I was in Hong Kong on Lamma Island, and I went all the way around the backside. I did not know there were bathrooms all the way back there. And I had to go. I mean, I had the Trotskys. And I'm like, oh, great. And I got off trail and I walked into the growth. These huge banana trees, and the leaves were big, and I tore off some section of the banana leaves. They're very smooth. Banana leaves are very smooth. And those banana leaves, they're like this big and like 8 feet long, and I just started breaking. Man, that was the smoothest wipe I ever had in my life. So yes, Michael wiped his butt with banana leaves. Hey, necessity is the mother of invention, man. It's an experience I'll never forget. Oh, poison ivy's all in my backyard. I know where it is. I mean, I don't see it. I just know that there's areas that my neighbor's yard and that dark corner back there, there's a jungle of vines and stuff. That's, somebody come over here to bother you, that's when you want to pick them up like you got two handles on them and just go like this. When you go, throw them in there. That'll be all it takes. In about anywhere from a day to 2 days, the fun starts. All that itching and oozing and weeping and yeah, I was talking about these people laughing and ridiculing the hatred, thousands of people losing their jobs. And let me say something about these liberals. They're not doing it because they care. The backlash is so huge. They're doing it because Trump was saying the Democrats, and we all know this. You all heard Maxine Waters. You all heard these people, what they said years ago. We need to get in their faces. Gavin Newsom said we need to punch them in the face. Okay, soy boy, you put that gel on your white hair. Come here and punch me. I'll take my chain off my neck and whoosh. That's it. You probably never ran a push mower in your life. These people were saying some horrible things as leaders. Yeah, exactly, Jamie. Somebody put that. You thought it was funny. Somebody lost their life. You laughed about it. These girls on here, these TikTok queens. Oh, that really angered me. They showed one. Hey guys, it's me. You got to go to Turning Point. You got to see it. He's dead. He's gone. I mean, she was getting drunk on this. Ooh, I just wish a fist could reach right through the screen and go. That stuff is angering. They had a bidet when I was in Japan. Yeah, I was sick. And as much as I don't like certain political leaders in the Democrat left, then we've got to guard ourselves. Okay? I don't want Nancy Pelosi and these clowns in power. But we can never support snipering people. We don't shoot people because we don't agree with them. We don't kill them because we don't agree with them. And I just want everybody to know something. For all the crap that's said about us Trump supporters, name one time any of us have tried to make an assassination attempt on the left. Zero. It's self-evident. It speaks for itself. Sydney, the older I get, the truth is, the only time righteousness is going to be intact is when Jesus Christ is on the throne in Jerusalem, rules for the 1,000-year reign of Christ. That's it. And after that, after he finally sets the earth on fire in the New Jerusalem, that'll be the end of all that evil. Bible says the nations are as a drop in the bucket. This world, they think they're all in control. They're not. Blue, are you out of here? You have a good evening and thanks for coming in. She's going on the farm. Sydney, the problem is that we look to man to be the salvation of everything, and it's not possible. You know, even me, my intentions are good, but I sin, I screw up. Even if I was involved with any of you women in here, or any of you guys, in time, give enough time, I would let you down. We cannot put people, leaders, pastors, anybody on a pedestal, especially our pastors. We need to pray for them. We forget. We know what we're under. Sometimes we forget, if I'm under satanic attack, how much more so my pastor? He has to be blameless. He's got to lead the congregation. There's more expectation put on him than me. Justin, that's awesome. And I will say this, Sydney, I am going to be bold. I don't think Republicans are perfect, but I will say this. I cannot and never will get behind the Democrats. They're over the top. They do not hold even remotely to biblical values. Most conservatives do not support abortion. A lot of conservatives do not go for the gay marriage thing. And this woke stuff, it's out of control. And we've seen 3 cases now. 3. Now, Tyler was not himself calling himself a transgender, but he was involved with a transgender. Why are transgender getting so angry? You have Catholic school shooter, and then you had that Christian school shooter, both trans. You have Tyler, and I'm going to say it again, like I said in the other video before the stream got interrupted. Transgender is a lie, okay? He made the male and female. Once you have Tyler and that lover is 2 gay boys. 2 gay boys, that's it. 2 gay guys, whatever. He's not a girl. They're calling him a trans furry. Okay, so now you're having sex with a guy that claims to be a girl and an animal. That's cute. Tell me that that's not mental or demonic. Please. Please. Jamie, were you the one that told me, who came in here and said 5 officers shot in Pennsylvania over delivering a, what did they drop off? What did they go? What was it? What's a rate? What's $60? His Bible online, his website costs $1,000. A name, sign it gold. What is this? Sydney, you're right about the deep in prayer. Whose Bible online, his website costs $1,000, name, sign it gold. Yeah, Nikki, it does too, to me. Well, and it says, as in the days of Noah, so come in himself shall be the coming of the Son of Man. And Noah, I was reading it in Genesis the other day, violence filled the earth. How many people were there? From Adam to Noah. There had to be a lot of people in that short of time for God to flood the earth. But look at the genealogies. Methuselah lived to be 960 years old. A woman can have children until she's up to what? At tops, 40, rare circumstances, maybe over. But pretty much 40, you're done. The police were serving a warrant. They killed 5 cops or shot 5 cops. That's crazy. You know, I used to think I wanted to be a traffic cop. I wouldn't do that. For those of you that look at Mob's channel, he did a remix of my Scorpions Change Is Coming, where I was walking in the backyard and he walked outside and did a joint side by. That was pretty cool. I don't know how to get that. Oh, I'll have to share it on my post. That's what I'll have to do. I'm going to get off the stream, but 3 killed, 2 wounded. Where in Pennsylvania was that, Mr. Erock? You're right, Sydney. What's 45, Selena? Follow the Moskwa down to Gorky Park, listen to the winds of change. Yeah, no problem, Nikki, and thanks for coming, all of y'all. Sydney's right. Lord, we pray for this world and what's going on in our country. We don't know when you're going to come, Lord, but we pray that you put your hand on this country. The violence, the hate. We pray that you protect all of us here that are listening. Pray that you'd help us to walk in the way you want us to walk. We pray for your hand of protection on us. We pray for all this violence, God, that you would move your hand against it. And we just pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, folks. Hey, Griping, I didn't know you were still hanging out. Doggy, I like banana leaves. Well, yeah, they wipe your bottom in a pinch. Mr. E-Rock, all of you, thank you. You guys have a good evening. Everybody be safe, and we'll play it again tomorrow, Lord willing. Oh, 45 years old is the cutoff. I'll leave you with this. And we need to say this. Sydney, we need to say this. Things are escalating, and they have been. The church age may be drawing to a close. Maybe the next sound you hear isn't the ping of a text message or the little sound you make when you thumbs up something on Facebook. Maybe the next sound will be a trumpet. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm good with that. Elevator up. Let's do it. I'd love it if he came my lifetime. And there's people far more godly than me that wanted him to come. Who am I to think it could happen? Now. But guess what? There's nothing that has to happen. There's nothing that has to happen for the removal of the church from the world. Nothing. This world is unstable. Americans and basic stuff that was here in the 80s is disappearing. We got a lot of you guys that are here, we're on the same page. We believe in Christ. We believe in his word. And everybody was thunderstruck by what happened last week. God's trying to wake us up. He wants us to get serious with him. He wants us to look up to him. But he also wants us to, it says, those that look for the coming of Christ and have that hope purifies himself. Thank you, Miss L. All right. Look up, for your redemption draweth nigh. So I'll leave you with this. Here, there, or in the air. You never know. Good night. God bless. Be safe.